Which role do emotions play in the Feldenkrais method?
Emotions create texture, they create vitality, they create memory, they create relational feelings. Emotions are always part of us in every situation. They should never be left out of the picture. Now, sensations are equally as important, and the way we think is important. The way we describe ourselves, our narratives, important, but every aspect of ourselves are filled with emotions. They create beauty and soulfulness. It's like, can you imagine a life without emotions? It would be so sad. It would be very terrible.
And even
So,
then, and even then, there would be emotions, right?
yeah, yeah. So we want to use every aspect of the person that we can in our relationship with them because it will heighten the learning of the person. And many people turn to the Feldenkrais method to change their moods. They want to feel better. They don't quite know what they need or exactly what they want to feel. And nowadays, people say, I'm anxious. I don't want to feel anxious, or I'm depressed. Well, those are words that are not very nuanced, that are not granular, you see. So we want to look at granulated quality of the person and how they're expressing themselves and relating not only to us, but to other people as well. So it's I think, as a Feldenkrais practitioner, it's our job to look at the whole person and to see their social lives and their behaviors, as well as how they're walking, running, jumping, how they're turning and what they're including. So this creates richness for us and for our students. And life is much more playful and meaningful when we use emotional connection in all of our relationships. Read a poem by John O'Donohue and you'll be filled with emotion. I mean, it's extraordinary to, or David White, you know, they put words together in a way that you're surprised, you're shocked. A door opens for you. And that's how we want to conduct ourselves when we're giving functional integration lessons as poetry.
Hmm. That's a beautiful example. So, do you mean that by observing ourselves and the way we move, we can have a higher granularity of our emotions or also observe our emotions more diverse?
Well, what we're doing is playing with awareness. We're guiding people in awareness through movement lessons, functional integration. The method is all about awareness, and emotions are a big part of that awareness. If you are subduing your emotions, your movements are subdued. They go hand in hand. You can't If I were to speak with you without my hands moving too, it's like try to talk in a very serious tone and, I don't know, be something other than who I am. It would feel really strange because I would be dampening my emotions. So learning to tolerate, and that's a funny way of looking at it, but some people do not tolerate emotions well.
Mm.
They don't allow themselves to feel the high joys of life, just the bliss, the pleasure of life. And some people don't allow themselves to feel sorrow. They're afraid of sorrow or grief, loss. But there's a richness in being able to have a huge spectrum of feelings and emotional responses in life and trust that they're not going to overwhelm you,
Mhm.
that you keep moving through them, those waves that we talked about before, excitation and the movement through life is physical movement, it's emotional movement, it's sensory, um, it's sensory depth. So this is a practice. It's part of the practice of the Feldenkrais method, in my opinion.